Hello everybody, and welcome back to the King Fox channel. My name's Matt Conager, and I'm building a Kit Fox Series 7 STI, which is here behind me. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about some various things that I have already made some videos on. I got a few pointers from some followers along the way. Those things have helped me out. You may already notice that I've got the ribs in the vertical stabilizer and the rudder, which is a video that I have not done yet, so stay tuned for that. I do have a flat tire again after the tire debacle video, which I'm probably gonna have to put a third patch on and put the bolts in the tire the proper direction, just like they are on the pilot side of the airplane. So good catch to subscriber. Thanks for giving me that information and letting me know that I made an error. I'll be taking the tires off the airplane again, so thanks for catching it. I definitely didn't see it when I put it on, and it did make putting those nuts on kind of a pain in the butt. Rhymes with nut. Yeah, so I'm going to show you a few things in the fuselage that some of you guys have commented on, and I do appreciate the comments. For some, I think they've caused some issues, seat pan being one of them. I put the seat pan in. I put about 65 pounds in there. I didn't sit in it myself and match drill everything, so I'm learning as I build this airplane, and match drilling for me meant lining up two holes and drilling through them just like I did on the floorboard. I do understand the reasons behind it with the seat pan, but I'm probably not going to do any more drilling or reaming on any of those connections right now. I think it's going to hold me. It seems to be pretty steady, but I'll hop in there, sit in the thing, and see how it feels, see if I hear anything rubbing underneath. Another gentleman, I think Mr. Basig, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name properly, Kevin, commented and said that he had some of his control surfaces were rubbing underneath the seat pan. So I'm going to sit in it and see if I hear anything like that. I don't see anything. I can get under the plane and take a peek, and I don't see anything rubbing under there. So again, appreciate you guys coming back to the channel. And for those of you who haven't subscribed or don't want to, or you don't have a profile on YouTube, I understand that. But I guess you can't click the like button if you're not a subscriber. But those of you who are a subscriber, clicking the like button is free, and it helps me out a lot. So I appreciate it, and it motivates me to make more videos about the build along the way. And those of you that have commented about the build videos and they've helped you, or you enjoy watching me make errors or do things properly the first time, I appreciate that. So, well, let's get back into the learning and see what we can do from here. Thanks for coming back. What's wrong with this picture? Let's go look at the other side. Bolt heads are back here. Nuts are over here. Thank you, sir. That's the little things sometimes make a big difference. Take a little walk with me as we go underneath the airplane. All right, that's forward. Pilot side, co-pilot side. So as you can see, I've got the framing members pass underneath the seat there, and I do believe this is probably the area that Kevin was talking about. Maybe he had some rubbing over in here. I'll have to go back and check. I shouldn't have any issues with, it's the flapper on mixer there, and this is the control stick, which goes all the way back. So that's that beautiful stringer I put on in one of the previous videos. So I don't really see anything else underneath the seat pan that could cause any issues. I do have a bolt head over here with probably 3/8 of an inch clearance, and this one over here is possibly quarter strong. So I don't think anything else is going to cause any issues. There are those Monals, sorry. Keep screwing that up, even though I've posted the proper pronunciation multiple times. So those actually look good. And I'm thinking for, obviously there's a screw missing from my floorboards, and I just don't like the way those things are on there and lining up. So possibly some riv nuts in the future, if not riv nut. I think they slide over the tab, and then they're threaded, and then you can put a screw down through it. But I would like to have things such as floorboard, seat pan, something that may need to come out for inspection of what we're seeing here in the future, so that, because this is going to be covered with fabric, so there's going to be no access here, and I'm sure putting a nut on the bottom of that from up above would be next to impossible, like those up front there, but those are bolted on for the rudder pedals. So we'll just take a quick peek at that. I don't think there's any way around that. Obviously the rudder pedals are screwed through and bolted on, and I again need to come back here because I do have a little bit of a deflection in the floorboard, shim that up. Some guys have made some recommendations on how they've adjusted theirs. I know Jeremy over in the UK, he had to make some special shims out of some metal for his setup, and I will probably have to do something similar, although I'm not a machinist, so wood is more my forte. But got the flat tire still, so I gotta put the third patch on that baby. And now, yeah, I guess I'll probably hop into the airplane and sit on this thing and see if the control surfaces move just fine or if there's any issues. Yeah. So anybody who's put their seat belts in, hey, did you go around both sides, or did you just come around one side of that bar, this framing member in the fuselage? If you'd let me know down in the comments. It seems to me like it flows a little easier on either side. As you sit in there, you're going to be out here, so just seemed like both sides it'd be easier to do it that way. And I'll just run you down over the actual stringers that I put on. You can possibly see some of my handiwork, and it seems to be bonded quite well to the fuselage, riveted and high sol epoxy on there. Some of the work in the back. I sent an email to Brandon before I left asking about these stringer stiffeners back here, because there's 3 of them, one here, one over here, and here. I think he said they're possibly not necessary because the piece is actually bonded to the fuselage the entire length of it. I'm going to put them in anyway because I've already cut them. They're there, and I don't want any flexing going on. I'm not sure as far as fabric connection. Maybe I don't think the fabric is going to touch this wood over here, but I do know that it's definitely going to touch this rib. And back here, I'll have to check in the manual. I think back here I definitely have to put a few more on, because he said as you shrink this fabric on here, it'll bow this rib up. So let's go around to the other side. Again, there's the vertical stabilizer and the rudder with clamps still on from a while back. So I can take all those off. Need a little space. She's hard to push with that flat tire. And taking a look at the stringer on this side. Again, bonded pretty well to the fuselage. I did a little bit better job on this one, coping it out so that it'll sit in there behind the door jamb piece when I put that in. I guess if you haven't really seen the stringer down here, that was the final termination up inside of there. I don't think I got great video on this the first time. I did come back and put a little more high sol in between these connections, tighten things up, made sure I had a good bond between everything. So I'm not just relying on the safety wire there. And this one actually looks, no, I think it's making good contact there. Does feel like it. Another one 6 inches behind it, so they're pretty close together, but maybe it's vibration will cause that an issue later on, I'm not sure. One way to find out. And then if we can see where it terminates inside that hub. Can't really see it from up above here. Plenty of high sol in there for sure. So let's hop into the fuselage. This is going to be my first time getting in here, so bear with me. It's very comfortable. I don't have the covers in over these storage compartments underneath the sink here, but Did I say sink? I meant seats. Must be thinking about washing dishes. Anyway, so here I am. I'm in the cockpit. Feels good, actually. Hopefully this will be something that happens a little more often in the near future. But I got full range movement left and right. Stick does touch my right leg. Well, I guess if I had a window on here, maybe it would touch my left also, but barely. Forward, no grinding. Back, no grinding. So yeah, some things probably need a little oil, I would say. And I've got down here, I've got about I can put my finger between the stick and the seat. Same on the co-pilot side, so it appears that I have clearance there for my range of movement. Yeah, so I don't have any grinding on control surfaces underneath the seat pan, and with that 65 pounds in here, maybe that was enough to stretch it out or do whatever needed to be done when I match drilled things. And it doesn't feel like it's moving or flexing really up and down at all. Although I weigh $165, so my other passengers probably would be anywhere from 100 pounds to 220, 250 maybe. So I guess maybe that'll be the day that I find out that something grinds. But I'll be sure to do my pre-flight inspection with my control movements to make sure that there's no surprises in the future. So although maybe I could recruit somebody to come sit in it with me, and then I could make another video moving the control surfaces to see if I have any hindrances. So that appears to have worked. Good. Let's move on. Now I got to get out. Easy. It's built for speed. So that's going to wrap up today's episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the little tiny bell for future notifications so you don't miss out on good videos like this one. Thanks for stopping back, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good day.